You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey GH fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt here, and I want to talk about the Teflon Don, Sonny Corinthos, continuing to get away with decades of criminality. Soon, though, there's an incident that could actually see Sonny sent to Pentonville to finally face some consequences. We are going to talk about 5 crimes that are definitely active, definitely pertinent, that could get him locked up sooner rather than later on the ABC soap. But please click subscribe if you have not before we dive in. Just real quick, I want to remind you that Sonny's been convicted and sent to prison before, sent to Pentonville before. The one crime that saw him do any real prison time was AJ Quartermaine's murder. Remember when he killed Michael's bio dad? And by the way, if you've forgotten that one, Ava Jerome was involved in that too. Ava reminded Sonny the other day he doesn't know who he's messing with, and maybe he wants to hit pause and think about that. Ava basically gaslit and manipulated Sonny into killing AJ, and Sonny did it, even though she orchestrated the whole thing and he went to prison for it. If you remember, Sonny broke out of Pentonville. He saved a boatload of people from a bomb, got a governor's pardon. That was great. I doubt that would happen again if he did wind up behind bars. Not saying he will, but it feels like Sonny's playing with fire, planning a court case given all the recent crimes he's engaged in and the amount of dirt that the PCPD and the FBI have on him right now. So just the first thing I want to talk about, the first thing that could send him to Pentonville, relates very closely to the evidence the FBI is holding over Carly Spencer's head to keep using Jason Morgan. Carly came into the 5 Families meeting and said out loud she's running the Corinthos organization. They have her on tape. I mean, seriously, how many times has Sonny said that out loud in various places in 5 Families meetings, when threatening rivals, and of course when the police stopped by to formally interrogate him, Sonny insists he's just an innocent coffee importer. But really, Carly's in charge for 5 minutes and says one thing and the FBI has the goods on her. But years and years and years of Sonny being targeted by law enforcement and they don't have a tape like that of him, I call shenanigans and bad writing. He is a known mobster. They could nail him for that if they tried. So the second crime to talk about was Sonny's brutal attack on Dex Heller. Over and above just being a mobster, Sonny is a violent man that does hands-on crime. He does his own dirty work plenty of times. He's not above wet work. And he recently attacked Dex very brutally and very much in public at the Metrocourt Hotel, where there are surveillance cameras all over the place. And in front of 3 witnesses, Blaze, Christina, and Jason all saw him. And Anna Devane, the chief of police, knows all about it. She is sitting on several police reports about Sonny. Not sure why she's waiting to arrest him for any of these crimes, but it's all there. She's got what she needs. The assault on one of her officers in training was absolutely insane. And it was an attack on a police academy cadet because he decided to step over onto the right side of the law. That's definitely worthy of arrest. That's not just assaulting a random person or another criminal. That's an attack on law enforcement. Not just an assault. Honestly, you could probably prosecute that as attempted murder because Sonny was making active death threats against both Dex and Jason while he was beating and kicking Dex. And Christina already told Dex that she would be his witness if he decided to press charges. So that one alone could get Sonny a few years in Pentonville. Third, the assault and attempted murder on Cyrus. Before the Dex assault, 2 other criminal actions that Anna has official reports on that she could use against Sonny were waged against Cyrus Renault. Not that he's a great guy or anything, but that doesn't matter. He was still a victim of these crimes. One of these, the first incident, was when Sonny nearly beat Cyrus Renault to death in the church. And yes, Cyrus did say some provocative things, but you don't get to beat someone almost to death just because they irritate you, no matter how badly they irritate you. And then when Cyrus was in the hospital recovering from the beating, Sonny ordered Dex to kill the man while he was there, just a sitting duck. Sonny orchestrated a hired killing. That's murder one, serious felony stuff, contract hire for death. And Dex agreed to testify about this, about all of it. It is long overdue to be prosecuted. I mean, really. Laura wanted her brother Cyrus to press charges. Now Anna and DA Robert Scorpio need to get busy, file some charges off these very active police reports off of recent violent events that he has done. The fourth thing, and this is a little further back, but the Pikeman arms deal. Dex was there. He can testify. Another huge charge that could be brought against Sonny was the arms deal. Yeah, sure, Dex crushed the tape, but it did exist, and Dex is an eyewitness to the crime, plus he can verify that a tape existed, and he can verify who the tape was played for. He can go into court and explain Michael hired him to target his father, so he infiltrated the Corinthos crime family. Dex could drag that whole messy business into the limelight. He can say on the witness stand he got the goods, he taped that transaction, handed the tape to Michael, and then they can force Michael to testify about the tape. He could perjure himself and say he doesn't know what Dex is talking about, but I'm not sure that Michael would do that. I would think Michael might say he dropped the idea of making his father pay, and that's why he destroyed the tape. You know, I don't think Michael will be in any criminal trouble, but I do think he could be called on to and be compelled to testify. And Sonny could likely still be charged because Dex is a solid witness as an insider, and he could go down for the arms deal too. And the fifth and final thing, this is a future crime. So it's like Minority Report, you know, when they go through and they have the balls and you see the future crime. I see a ball coming down with a future crime. Sonny's about to do something bad. Valentin is about to push him over the edge. Ava is probably going to have a hand in it too. So I do expect Sonny is going to commit some big violent crime in public as part of his big final meltdown. We all know Valentin is planning a new pikeman shipment. He told Jack Brennan that he was going to push Sonny over the edge. He's got Sonny on 1/4 of the bipolar meds that he needs. Sonny's judgment is impaired. And now Sonny's threatening to take Avery from Ava. I expect she might actually go back to that pharmacist and strong arm him into making that medication even worse. Scott Baldwin told Ava 2 things could help her custody case. Number 1, a crime caught on camera. Number 2, a very public meltdown. I think GH might go for both of these during July sweeps this month. We could have Sonny doing some unhinged physical attack on someone. It could even be on Ava in public where there's no denying it. He gets caught on camera and it's all in the midst of a huge breakdown. All that being said, and despite me thinking Sonny probably needs to spend some quality time in Pentonville thinking about the error of his ways, I doubt he'll go to prison. If he does, not for long. General Hospital is very big on glorifying mob violence, making light of it, and excusing it. GH also seems to have adopted as their mantra, bad people aren't the villains. People tattling on bad people are the villains, not the lawbreakers. Like Dex is bad for turning on mob boss Sonny. Nina is bad for turning in insider traders. Ava is bad for exposing a homophobe who slandered not just her gay daughter, but the entire community. But Natalia's not bad. Ava's bad. It's just crazy. GH seems to really be on the snitches get stitches bandwagon, and they think that shining a light on wrongdoing is the real crime. I don't know what they're thinking in the writer's room or possibly drinking. I don't know. It's just not a good look. So could Sonny go to prison? He's certainly committed enough crimes over the past few years to justify it. However, I think Diane Miller would have a solid defense for the Dex and Cyrus assaults, maybe even going back to the Pikeman thing, and particularly for whatever new violence he's about to commit during sweeps. And the reason is Valentin has been messing with Sonny's meds since late last year. And I think Diane could probably put in a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity defense. I'm not calling Sonny insane, by the way. That's just literally what the legal defense strategy is called. That's the way the plea is phrased in court filings. What Sonny is, though, is someone with a mental health condition that is serious and whose medications have been unknowingly altered. Sonny didn't make the choice to under-medicate. He's not skipping his pills. He has no idea what's happening and why he's coming apart at the seams. I don't think he even knows he's coming apart at the seams. He feels fine, but he's not. So in the end, that may be where we land. So what do you think? Drop your comments on whether Sonny should be locked up in Pentonville, left alone to live his life, or maybe sent to Shady Brook until his medication levels are stabilized and his illness is back under control. What do you want Sonny's fate to be? Drop your comments. Please subscribe if you're not following us already. Be sure and come back because we're talking General Hospital here 7 days a week. And as always, I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.